so nice to see your beautiful face again.
Wonderful to see you, and you're beautiful.
I have all of my goodies. Like,
Oh,
these are gorgeous.
I'm so happy you like them. Now, today we're going to learn how to use them. I'm so excited.
Oh my gosh. I'm nervous because
Don't be nervous. It's
I
the
have
first
aging
thing.
skin. And so I've gotten Botox, I'm going to be honest, with my greasy forehead. And then
Mhm.
I've got in lip injections. So they're not like that big. I think they look pretty natural.
Yeah, they're
But my
beautiful.
biggest issue with like fine lines is a lot of times the foundation will get stuck in those lines and it just makes my face look
Mhm.
horrible.
Well, the first thing everybody says when they sit in my chair, because of course I'm wearing makeup and they are clean face, is don't look at me. I'm like, well, that's going to be hard because I need to see your beautiful face. So you're not alone. Everybody gets really nervous about this. I don't know why. There's no judgment here. I have seen you do some amazing videos on your own Instagram,
Trying.
doing your makeup, and I was really impressed. And for today, we're going to do a lesson, and I'm going to help you incorporate your makeup that you have and maybe make some suggestions and give you some tips along the way about what I do and what I prefer. And maybe that might work for you, maybe not. The first thing we start with is foundation that you brought up. And I did see you once do a whole routine using a large brush, or tell me what you
Yes,
tell
here
me.
I'll show you. This is what I would usually use. I put the foundation on here and then I do the thing. And then if it's just every day, I literally just use tinted moisturizer. It's been
Good.
amazing. But if it's a shoot day, like if I'm doing a podcast, I'll use Makeup by Mario with this darker elf that goes over it
Mhm.
because these lights just sort
Yes.
of completely wash you out and I don't want to look like a ghost. So I think a
Mhm.
lot of people don't understand when they're doing makeup for on camera, it has to look darker because these lights will completely wash you out. So
Okay, well, the first thing is if you notice in the Lori Klein brush kit, I do not have a foundation brush because I personally don't use a brush for foundation, but I tell everybody who sits in my chair that there is no right and wrong. Some people, like yourself, prefer a brush, and I've seen you do it on Instagram, and you could do it right now for me. Show me how you do it, and I'll see if
with the
there's any.
actual brush I do it with.
Yes, because
Okay.
I use my fingers. When I work on a person in my chair, I use a sponge. Other people use a sponge, they use their fingers, they use a brush. There is no right way. If you're comfortable with a brush, then by all means use a brush. The most important thing, go ahead.
Okay. Should I do the tinted moisturizer or should I do the more hardcore foundation?
Um, let's do the real foundation.
Okay.
Um, the most important thing is applying it little bits at a time,
Yeah.
evenly, and blending into the neckline and the hairline, because that is the most important thing.
So then where do I go for my neck? That's my biggest issue is I
Well,
don't know how far to go.
well, it depends if you're on camera and you're wearing something like this. If I did not put makeup on my chest today, but when
Okay.
I do something that when I'm doing an event on camera, other than a lesson, which I should have done it today, I use a stay proof foundation. I happen to love Revlon Color Stay foundation. I find it to be a little heavy for all over, but when you use it on the neck or the hands, it really gives you beautiful coverage and looks like skin. So just what you did, just into the neckline and the hairline. If you're not worried about that coming off on your clothes, then you can use the foundation that you normally use. I personally would use the Revlon. But
What about putting it on your lips? Do people put foundation on their lips? I always go like
generally,
this. So it's
okay.
not on my lips.
Yeah, I don't think it's great on the lips, but what I do that most people don't do is I put it on the eyelids.
Okay. I do that. I go like this.
Yes, because that is still skin that needs um, foundation.
And then have you seen the girl? There's this girl on TikTok She will shave her face first, and then she put like pounds of foundation on. And she thinks it looks amazing. I think it's because she has younger skin. I think older skin, again, that much foundation will settle in. I don't think it's good to use for older skin.
Well, I don't think you have older skin, maybe a little bit older. I might have older skin. So when you say older and you're so much younger than me, I think I'm got ancient.
No,
So,
like fine lines. If you have fine lines, because like
well,
fine
it
lines
all
happen for all ages.
it really depends on the makeup that you're using. If you use it very gently and not too, if you do use it heavily, it's not gonna absorb and it is gonna settle in. So the most important thing is to make sure that it's really, rubbed in. It's not just putting it, like this is what I use. I use um, a brand that I sell, and I use little bits at a time. When I work on people, little bits at a time, and it's just about blending it out. It's
Do
really
certain foundations work better in that way to blend? Because I've noticed with certain foundations, if I did use my fingers, it would be streaky. That's why I moved to the brush because it sort of blended it better for me. Does
Mhm.
that make sense?
Yes. Well, you kind of have to experiment with each different formula, but it's really about not the application tool as much as, I mean, that's why I use my fingers because I feel that I put it on, I tell people I put on foundation almost the way I would be putting on face cream. I rub it in until I can't see it. If I need a little more coverage, I go over it again. And um, so, as far as settling in, I do think if you put too much, it will settle in. So, I think the key is doing small bits at a time
Okay.
and really blending it out, however, with whatever tool you like. The warmth of your hand works, a sponge works, the brush works, it's all good. But I do believe in setting that foundation.
Okay.
I don't always do it at the start of a lesson, but because I also use powder, translucent powder, as a tool as contouring. Most people contour with dark. I like to also contour with light because I think that sometimes when people try to contour, they look like they have dirty faces.
Okay, that's my
So,
next question for you. So, a lot of the like beauty influencers that are heavy on the contour, where they literally contour their face like down here, is that just for pictures and video, or is that for everyday wear? Are you going to walk out of your house
well,
with that dark, dark line
if
here?
it's done right, makeup can do enormous different things to one's face. And that's why I love makeup so much. So, for instance, if I took, so you can use contouring it for every day and still have it look natural. When I do a client who is aging and has a little bit of that jowl
I have
or,
jowls.
or a double chin, what I
Hmm.
do is I take my all over the Lori Klein bronzer blender brush, which I think
Okay.
some people could use for foundation. But I use a very light colored bronzer that instead of I like using powders. I find them easier to blend. So the key with bronzer is you don't want to go too dark. You want to go on the lighter side so that it's very, very subtle. I'm trying to find a bronzer that I could show you.
First of all, this brush feels amazing.
Do you have any bronzers in handy there that you like?
Wait here, wait. I have a bronzer like blush. I don't think it's like a no. It's not a bronzer
Let me see
bronzer.
the color.
It's pink. It's pink.
Yeah. Oh, we'll
See,
get.
that's like
That's
it's more like
gorgeous.
shiny than
That's
anything else.
gorgeous. Well, I'll show you on myself. Here's the
Okay.
bronzer. I'm going to go with the light color. And I'm just going to just gently, the same way I would do with powder, just go under the jawline so it doesn't look, and I bring it and a good trick is to darken under.
Like this area where it's going to be dark anyway. Like there's a
Yeah.
shadow there.
And that really lifts you. And then I do the same thing just for a little warmth around the hairline.
Could I do that with this darker foundation?
You could. You could.
Let's try it.
You could.
I don't want to ruin your brush, though. I'm going to use the other brush. It's too pretty.
Yeah, no, I would save this for like a powder. And we can, I'm going to show you how to use the bronzer over.
Oh,
That's a
down
lot.
here.
That's a lot. See, I would go with little bits at a time. But if you could
Okay.
blend that in, that's okay.
Let's see.
You're a really good blender. That I was really, yeah, I like that.
Do I go across this way or always go down?
Across, just the edge, yes.
All right, then how do I do up here?
You just want to just blend it into the hairline and then blend. Okay. You always, when using any kind of colors or layering of different shades, you always want to make sure that there's no line.
Like a line. Let me get the mirror. I need to see how well I did that.
Oh yeah, no, you should have a mirror next to you.
Oh wait, that actually blended okay. It's not so bad.
No, it looks good. And it does contour your face. I really like it on your forehead. Mm-hmm. You never do that.
I do it on the forehead and then I'll throw it here. And then I try to do it on my nose right here.
No, I'll show you where to do it on the nose. On the nose, I would take the blush brush because it is a little bit.
Which one is that one?
It's my the Lori Klein. It just says
blush. The smaller white one. Oh, it literally says blush on it.
Yes.
You're like, I labeled it. Yes.
So I would just take a little bit of color and I would go on the sides because what we want to do is we want to put a little bit of darkness. Look, see this here?
Yes. So just there.
A little bit on the sides.
You have a nice slim nose, though. I have like a bulbous nose. Can I still do it?
That's what you want to do. You want to just a little bit like this.
Here, I'll put it on
here. The tip a little, just to blend it together. And if it doesn't look
like that.
Yes. And you could bring it over to this. Yes.
Okay.
Are you doing that? Now, let's try it. Since you don't have a bronzer, let's take your finger with a little bit of the dark Mario.
Okay.
And do the same thing. So you want to go like this.
Like that? Or did I start up too far?
No, that's perfect.
And then like that.
Without it looking like you're trying to like brown out your nose.
Right. Do I blend that or is it?
Blend it with your finger like this. I don't know if the brush is going to blend it enough. You're just so used to that brush. You know,
right.
Kind of really rub it in so you don't see it. It's hard to see on screen, but that's why people on TikTok and YouTube, they do so much so you can really see it. I'm trying to give you an everyday subtle application that works. What do you think of that?
I think it's perfect. Oh my God, you can't, like, it did blend well and it doesn't look.
Yeah, because it's the same product, which is a really great idea to use a darker shade of the same product.
I love that.
Yeah.
Technically, it's e.l.f., not Mario. The Makeup by Mario is a lighter. This e.l.f. it actually has, I think, a shiny aspect to it too. Well, it's called Halo Glow.
Well, let's put some blush on since we have the blush brush open. And I'm going to show you the formula for that because after we do that, then we're going to take powder and I'm going to show you again how to contour with powder. So now the formula for blush is this. Generally speaking, almost on everybody's face, You want to start the blush from the pupil of your eye here. Okay?
So, pupil of my eye to here.
You want to leave about 2 fingers from the
Like,
nose. Yeah.
okay.
And you're going to take it straight up. It usually goes towards the top of the ear. So you're going
Okay.
to place it straight up towards the top of the ear, and the bottom one usually goes straight down to your mouth. So it
Okay.
looks like this. Watch before you do it. So
Are
we
you
take,
using a powder or a cream
I'm using a
blush?
powder.
Okay,
I'm
I have a
using
cream
my,
blush. Does that change anything?
no, but
Okay.
it, no, it's okay. So
Okay.
you take the flat end of the brush and
Okay.
watch me first.
I'm going to.
And you're going to place it on the bone. We want to leave 1 finger white above and 2 fingers white below is really going to bring out that bone. So it goes on from here all the way up towards the ear and blend. Now, if you're using a cream, you want to use a very little bit at a time so that you can blend it in the right place.
So normally with the cream, I would just put dots here and
Okay.
just blend right here. So now, according to where I should do it, I've been doing it way too low. So I need to follow this line here, right?
Well, you do want to do it so that there's 2 fingers white.
Okay, that went on really dark. But it goes away. Does that make sense? It goes on
Yes.
dark and then it.
Yes.
Okay.
Because this brush was really developed more for powder.
Per powder. Yeah, but it's working really well.
Yeah. But
Does that make sense?
you want to really blend the edges. You want to really make sure the edges are blended. You used a little bit too much.
Too much.
Just take your finger and wipe it away. It's okay.
It disappears. It's the weirdest thing. When you put it on at first, you're like, oh my God, it's so dark. And then all of a sudden it goes away.
But it's a little bit
Right there.
too much of a line on top. Just go like this. No, I'm going down and up. There you go. Keep doing that.
How's that look better?
And I think, look at me straight. Yes. Now we're going to take the powder brush with a little bit of translucent pressed powder. I don't know if you have any, but
I have it. You sent it to me.
oh, okay. And watch, okay. Watch this.
Okay.
We're going to blend the edges. We're going to go under the eye. And again, I developed this brush so it's just the right thickness that you don't. My old brushes that I used to have, I would have to squeeze them to get it exactly where I want it. We
Yeah,
go,
it's thin.
yes,
So it's wide and
so
thin.
soft. So you're going to go under the eye and those 2 fingers here and the 2 fingers here. And do you see already how bright
Oh my God, it
and
totally
how it
changed.
totally like pops the cheek? So now
That
you
looked, oh God, I'm going to try.
that
Wait,
cheek is a little bit low because if you remember, I said to go like to the edge of the mouth. Your blush is a tiny little bit too low, but let's blend
do you
it.
want me to wipe it off a little bit?
Yeah. Okay. Now use
Is
the,
that better?
yes, now use this.
Is this enough on it?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want me to go down first and then across
Now I
or
want you
across
to
then
go
down?
across.
Okay.
Perfect. Then go down. Put a little more powder on
Okay.
and go,
Right there.
yep, right under it. There you go.
Can I put more on?
Yes.
Then do it again?
Sure. This is important. I want you to go here. You're a little shiny here.
Right here.
Yeah. You can also go down your nose because we already.
Do you see how greasy I am? I'm a greasy Italian.
I'm just showing you how to. I'm just
But
showing
look
you
at that. Look at how different that is just from.
and then I use this all over the face. Some people like to use that other big brush, the all over brush, but I love this brush all over. So let's do the other side just to make it look alike. A little blush on the other side. Let's see if you could use a little bit less.
Less.
Start it a little bit higher,
Okay. I'll try.
and then powder around it. Nope, too low. Too low.
All right, hold on. I have to move the microphone. How do you do the other side of your face? Wait, show me how you did it. What hand were you using? Your left hand or your right hand?
My right hand.
All right, so you're just crossing over like this.
Wait. A little higher. Hold it a little. Hold the brush higher on your face.
How are you doing that?
Are you a righty? Are you a righty?
I am a righty.
Okay.
Why can't I figure it out?
But there you go. A little higher.
Right.
A little higher. There you go. Right there. Perfect. Excellent. Perfect. Stop. Stop, stop. You don't need to do more. That's great. See the difference? You see if you look straight, the difference? Okay, now you didn't have to wipe anything off. Take the powder. Let's clean it up.
Okay.
So great.
Look at the difference between the powder side and the no powder side.
I know, it's crazy. And
that is crazy.
In search for the perfect powder, and that's why I sent it to you, because I love this powder.
Oh my God, I'm excited.
So
okay, going across.
Down. More powder underneath. There you go. And then anywhere else you want to eliminate shine, just lay it on. This powder does not get cakey, so you don't have to worry about it.
Can I do my chin too?
Yes. And then sometimes if I feel like it's not strong enough, I'll go back to the blush and I'll just do dot, 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 dot. You know, if I feel like the powder eliminated too much. It won't happen so much with a cream blush, but yeah, very nice.
Oh my God, I love it.
Looks good. So it's just little things, just to recap, little things to pay attention to. You want to start the blush right at the center of your face. You want to keep it on the bone. Leave one finger white on top, 2 fingers white on the bottom, and about 2 fingers from the nose.
My nose sticks out a little bit.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Like... There's 2 fingers. You brought it in a little too far on your camera left side.
So my right, yeah.
Yeah. It's a little, you could be
like too far to here.
Yes. I like it. I like the front of the face bright and then the cheeks pop.
So can I cheat that with more powder?
Yes.
Okay.
Not on the other side, but on camera.
Just this side.
Yes. Go like this. Yeah. Yes, better. Do you see the difference?
Yes.
It opens.
Oh my God. Yeah, I always go way too far down and way too far over towards my mouth. So
you want to keep this very clean in here. Now, sometimes, depending on the shape of your face, you want to, you can do, if you want to correct a rounder face, you can go a little bit further in. For a very narrow face, you can go a little further in, but for a rounder face, you want to keep this flatter here. But it looks
like so bright and shiny.
Yeah, looks very good. And of course, there's so many different blushes that you could use that look great. But after you do that, you might want to go back over, since we powdered, and do. So you could use a nice bronzer, a very, very pale bronzer, to do your contouring, because if you want to look a little more bronze.
I'll go buy one.
Very
so
pale.
Like a pale bronzer, almost on the golder side as opposed to the browner side. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like a tan.
A tan. Okay.
Yeah, not
Perfect.
people want to be bronze, so they buy bronze. But
Right.
you want to keep it like on a very light. As great bronzers is Physicians Formula has some really
Okay.
nice ones, and of course NYX is really one of my very favorite brands in the
Wait, I'm
bronzer
writing
world.
this down.
They have such wonderful, wonderful products. NYX. And of course, people can always contact me, and sometimes I have products, available, or I can direct them.
Tan. Okay, perfect. I'll pick that up. Oh my God, I love it. Here's my next question though.
Yeah.
Have you seen these highlighters that everybody uses where they do the highlight here?
Yes.
Do you like using those or do you
I,
not like them?
I love it. And they do come in so many different forms. There are creams, powders, liquids. Again, uh, I find that the powders are a little more subtle. I use the Hourglass powder on some of my clients, which I really like. I'm looking for that. Um, there are so the one you have, right?
It's the creamy stick, yeah.
Okay. So the way we use that is exactly the way we use the powder on top of the blush. So what you're going to do is that's a cream you said?
Yes.
I'm sorry.
And a stick. It's a stick.
You want to start from the outside of the eyeball when you're looking straight,
Okay.
and it goes on the top of the cheekbone all the way up, and it really lifts the eye. See that?
So it doesn't go from here to there.
I like to. Well, some people do. I have a daughter who really highlights her face a lot, and you can do a little here. You can do a little down your nose. You can do a little here.
I've
But
seen it. I sometimes will do this. I don't know why.
right. Well,
I saw it once and was like, oh, that's cute. But
yeah,
like,
but I would do it more of a little bit, but I don't think you need it on your nose. But that looks very pretty on you. You could put a little bit in the center of your forehead, depending, of course, if you're on,
where? Like right here?
yeah, just a little. If you're on camera, I would avoid it anywhere except for where I just showed you because
Yeah, because then it would look like shiny head, right?
time. But put it on the other side. Let me see.
All right. So the outside of the eye and up, right?
You're hitting it a little too low. It needs to be where the one finger is. So
Can I
picture
do it one more time?
right here.
So here,
Yes. You can come in a little bit more.
I'll move it with my finger, maybe
Yes.
like that.
Meaning in
Oh, like in this way?
not towards the middle of your eye, but just a little bit and pull it out. So basically what this is doing, it's highlighting the top of the cheek. So when the light hits you, it just looks really pretty.
I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it looks good. And I happen what was that you used? Because it's really good.
It's Wet and Wild
Love it.
Illuminator, but I love it. Like I
It's
don't.
Wet and Wild.
There's so many dupes now that you don't have to spend a lot of money. Like my tinted moisturizer is Wet and Wild. It's $7, and this thing looks amazing on.
Wet and Wild is some of their products are so incredible, and that is a fabulous illuminator. I really,
I
really,
love it.
yeah, fabulous. Okay, let's go to eyebrows. Do you do
Oh
anything with
God.
eyebrows? You have gorgeous
Um.
eyes.
So I get them waxed, and then I also got them. Oh God, what is it called? They're tattooed basically on.
Yes,
Um,
microbladed.
microbladed. There you go. I think it's I don't know, but she's gonna kill me that I can't remember what it is. But I used to tweeze when I was in college, like tweeze them to nothing. So I was
Right,
shocked they even grew back a little bit.
right.
But because I wear such big glasses, most of the time you can't even see my eyebrows, so I don't really think about them
Mhm.
because I'll show you. You
Right,
can't see them,
right.
so I'm like, whatever.
Okay. But as far as a lesson,
Yeah, let's do
let
it.
me just go over what I do and the reason why I put a eyebrow brush in the kit. It looks very similar to the angle brush that I include, but my brow brush is a little bit stiffer than the eyeliner brush. And it really helps when you want to fill in your brows and blend powder seamlessly. So for me, it's easy. I have very dark brows. I just use a dark brown powder. I tap it gently into the powder. And then of course, mine are filled in from this morning. But on my brows, let's see if I wipe it off. There are many holes. Um, this part of my eyebrow is short, so I just use the flat end. I don't know if you can
Okay.
see that, the flat end.
Yeah, no, I can. Yes, I
Brush
see
that
it.
I gently tap into the powder, and I place it. And as I'm placing it, I blend it. This brow is also a little sparse on the top. It's a little lower than the other one, so I just bring it up just a little bit and just blend it all together.
How do you know where to end? Isn't there a spot to?
Yes, you usually want to end where I kept mine a little shorter because I don't want it to bring down my eye too much, but you could pull them out. Um, they usually should go to the end wherever this whole eye area is here.
So that's where most of my hole is it just doesn't finish. So I would blend it down to here, basically,
I
a
would
little bit.
I would just go a tiny little bit further than your natural brow. You don't have to bring
Okay.
it down that far because then it would
Okay.
look too fake. So I
Mm-hmm.
just fill them in a little bit on the end using the flat end with the correct color powder. You might even have an eyeshadow that works as
Oh, I
opposed
actually might. Let me
to
see. Hold on.
buying a brow powder because basically that's all it is just a shadow. Um,
Is it the third brush in from the end?
yes.
Okay. All right, we're gonna try it. Oh God.
Let me see you tap it. I like to watch people tap.
Here's the eyeshadow. What do you mean tap it? Like tap it here or tap it here?
Tap it like this because this is very
Like
important.
that?
Very gently, just tap flat. And don't put too much
Okay.
pressure on it when you push. A lot of people, they go like this really hard, and then the brush ends up becoming too thick.
Okay. So end it right there, basically.
And I would take it and do it a little bit, the top of that tail on the end, a little bit more. Yes. You know, you have such a good hand. I really did watch you do makeup on Instagram, and you always look so good, Rachel.
I think it's the painting. I did art when I was younger,
Yeah,
right? And graphic design. So it's very similar to your beginning in painting.
right.
I can see it differently as like the shapes. I just don't think I know how to properly use the tools. Does that make
Well,
sense?
oh, totally. Because I've been an artist my whole life, and when I look at a face, and I was going to get into this when we start doing the eyes, I see parallel lines. The same way I showed you that one finger, two fingers, these are all parallel to the chin. If you were to go like this on your face and have it not parallel to this, you wouldn't be as symmetrical looking.
So
And
like this
so
to here.
everything stays parallel. And when I see, and it's the same thing when we get to the eyes, I'm going to show you, it's going to be parallel to the cheekbone, parallel to the jawline, because they've proven that the more symmetrical you are, the more attractive you are. And what better way to become more symmetrical than by using makeup? So that one you can go out a little bit more, and
Yeah, it's shorter, right?
it will just look a little more finished. That's all. Drop
Fill
more.
this in a little bit.
Yeah.
Drop it down more like that.
Straight out, yeah, not too far down. Mine go down because I could use some Botox, but I don't like them to go down. I've been
Well,
having an issue with my Botox. It's been dropping my brows. So this is no Botox. And I really love my brows. I think I have very pretty natural arched brows.
You do have beautiful brows,
And
but
then,
you don't. I have hooded eyelids though. And so what I noticed is when she did the Botox, it sort of put a little bit of pressure on my brows, which put pressure on my eyelids. And I was like, I don't know if I can do it again. I love the results,
but it
but
shouldn't
like for
happen.
hooded eyes,
Shouldn't happen. If anything, it should lift because when I got Botox, it started pushing this down. I was
uh-huh.
That's exactly why I'm doing Botox to lift it up.
Right.
I see this time and time again on a lot of the women who sit in my chair because I do their makeup often enough to know the anatomy of their face.
Their face.
And they tell me they just got Botox. And I could tell sometimes there's this down.
It's better now. Like it's as at each day that goes by, it gets less and less. So
Yeah,
like today is actually a really good day. It's been fine.
yeah,
So I wonder if I just have to tell her and then she just has to put it in different spots. I think she
absolutely.
was scared too because I said I have to still be able to express. And so I don't think she overdid it, which is good.
Yeah, but it's really it's like makeup, but even more important, it's about, the exact placement. There was
Hmm.
one doctor I go to who never, for years, he always did a great job. And the last time I went to him, he put the Botox here. So this eye was like a little bit like this. This
Right.
right here, they shouldn't shoot. And he doesn't usually because you want to have the movement. You don't want the brows to be,
Right. To be like this.
yeah. And he told me that when they shoot around the eye, that really helps lift the brow. So
Okay. So then maybe I'll just have her do more next time.
I don't know. It's
We'll
so
find out.
scary because it lasts for a couple of months.
Yeah, I
Eyebrows are
know.
really pretty. And then if you want to blend it, you could use the spoolie that comes in the kit and just blend it
Yes.
with that. And
Am I going up? Do we go up when we're blending?
I usually go up and then across just because I don't cut my brows. I kind of lay them over. So depending on your brows.
I like these handles too.
Thank you.
They're not like cheap feeling. They're nice and like I can, they're good tools.
Thank you. It's so funny. I have my professional kit is this big case of brushes. And I have, like 10 eyeliner brushes and three, in case, if I'm doing more than one person, I like to have clean brushes. And the only brushes I use are the new brushes. It's the
Of
only
course.
brushes I use because they're so much better. But anyway, okay, so now,
Oh God.
so we put a little foundation on the lids. And then what I do is, before I start my makeup, I usually go for a matte vanilla kind of eyeshadow. And we take the all over shadow brush, the big white fluffy brush.
Wait, show me. Is it that one?
Yes.
Okay.
And just place it in a powder. Perfect.
There. On the
And
side or the top?
on the side.
Okay.
And we're going to apply it across the entire eye area. And this brush was designed so that it really fits into this hollow in the inside. And the reason why I like to use this first is because powder blends better on powder. So you just want to even out the skin and
I think I need more.
the brush really makes a now you never very nice. When applying any kind of eyeshadow to the eye area, you never want to go below this area because this area is parallel to here. So we're always, even though a line stops, it goes on for infinity. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you when we do the eyeliner, this angle, this has to be clean. So you always want to go just on that area.
Have you ever seen people do eyes first to avoid like the eyeshadow falling on their face? What
Absolutely.
do you think we should be doing? Is that something we should do, or only if it's going to be a very heavy, heavy eye makeup day?
I think that it's whatever you're comfortable with. I usually clean up after the eyes. We didn't do concealer first before foundation, which I usually do because we got started and we started
Mm-hmm.
foundation.
We started
We'll,
having
we'll
fun.
get back to that. But I prefer doing my foundation first, and I usually do foundation on my clients first because I like to have a palette.
Okay.
But most people do their eyes first for that reason, and then they do the rest of their face.
Yeah, I've noticed I'm just messy. And so I'm like,
Oh,
maybe I should
but
start doing it.
I'm going to show you how to clean it up so it doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Yeah, because you've seen it where it falls here, right? And then I'm like, what am I supposed to do now?
Well, I'm going to show you. So then the next thing I do is I use the other angle brush called angle liner brush. Now,
Okay.
this was the reason I actually decided to make
Is
my
it that
own.
one?
Nope,
The tinier one?
the angle one.
That one.
Perfect.
Okay.
Now, this brush I call my secret weapon. This was the reason I made this kit because it helps anybody apply eyeliner so easily. The key again is a very light hand. You're going to take whatever eyeliner color you like, dark brown, blue, purple, green, whatever you want to use. And you're going to tap the edge, the flat bottom edge of it,
Okay.
gently, 1, 2, into color.
I'm going to just use the eyeshadow again.
Okay, that's enough. Now,
Okay.
before you apply it, the key is the angle in which you put it. If you keep in mind that the point of the brush is always in the direction you're coming from.
So
So
this way.
you can turn it around. So I start mine right on the edge. Now, if you look at my eye, the way I make my eyes look bigger is I cheat. I bring it a little bit further out, and then you want to bring it to sort of the outside of your pupil. Can you see?
Yes, you start at the end. I would always go from the inside out.
No, start at the end because that's where you want it the darkest. So start with
Okay.
the point at the end and see how the flat end is against my eye. Now, you're not holding it,
I'm not holding it right.
the flat end, see, is
So this way.
point out. Look at me. You're starting in, start out. The flat edge. Turn the brush. There you go.
That way. Okay.
Place that under the eyelash. Keep it
Okay.
parallel to your eye. See, like this. Parallel.
Is that right?
Yes. Now,
Okay.
start at the end.
Okay.
Gently brush it in. Yes.
Why do we all make that face?
I don't know.
I do.
It's so funny. Now, the key is how far out you bring this and the angle that you place it. You don't want to angle it this way. You don't want to angle it this way. You want to keep it parallel to the cheekbone. You want to bring it out 1/8 of an inch so that you're immediately making your eye look bigger. And you tap it in the powder again. Now, on the top of the eye, I usually start in the middle. So the point is towards my nose. And I go like this, join it. Then you turn your eyeball away from where you're going to place it. And you can easily.
The top of the eye scares me.
Well, you don't have to do too much on the top. You could just do like a little bit on the outside corner of the top
Okay.
because of
Let's
the
see.
anatomy of your eye. I don't know if you need it so
Well,
much,
because of the hooded lid.
but I'm going to show you how to deal with the hooded lid as well.
So I'm going from here
Yes.
to here first.
Yes. Very nice. Now bring it out a little further. Little further. A little. Yeah, I love that. Let me see. Nice. Do you ever do that with your eyes?
No, because I'm from, like, I grew up in the 80s. So if I'm doing eyes, it's going to be like that cat eye, and it's too much. So I
Uh-huh.
just avoid it altogether because it scares me to do here. Because if you mess that up,
Well, you
it's
don't want
so
to
hard
go
to
too
start again.
far down. Well, no, because you could take the vanilla. You don't want to go too far down. I don't know. I can't
Okay.
see on how far
I
down.
know
You
it's
want to
hard to
make
see.
sure this is really clean here.
I'm just following the line
Okay.
of
I'm
my.
talking about the outside edge.
I tried to go out more. How's that? Or
That's
is that too much now?
no, I like it. I like
Now do I go from the inside and meet that line?
you can, but you said you were kind of afraid of that.
Or we're gonna try it anyway. Well, this brush makes it easy.
Okay, but don't forget you want to use the flat end of it. So, yeah.
Like that. Okay,
Yeah.
hold on.
Just tap a little bit of color, very little. There you go. It makes it easy because very nice.
Oh my god, this brush is amazing.
Thank you.
Maybe I'll be less scared to do it now.
And then in the corner, if you turn your eyeball away from the mirror, you can get in there
Okay.
and not blink. The other side.
Like this.
No, because now the eyeball's there. Turn it the other way.
This way.
There you
Okay.
go. Now the eyeball's not there. See how easy that is?
Look how good that looks.
Very pretty. I like that.
Oh, now I gotta do on the other side.
Go for it.
I think we'll try. Okay. Oh my god.
Such good questions. I love the questions that you ask. They really do make a difference. You know, the sequence that we do, and
Well, you see so many people now online on social doing it so many different ways, and it's like, I don't know what to do and I don't know what works for me. Can I do it this way with the angled that way? Do you see the angle?
the reason why I prefer doing it the other way is
The
because
other way?
you really want the darkest, like the first drop of color is the darkest. So I like to start it from the outside going in.
Did I get it too far out or is that okay?
It's
Can you
good.
see that little line? Okay.
It's perfect. Now, oops.
Oh my god. Seriously, this brush is incredible. This is
Thank
crazy.
you.
A whole line of brushes all because of this one brush. But this one
Absolutely.
brush will actually get me to do my
I was
upper
so
lid.
frustrated. I went to so many different brush manufacturer suppliers that to see if I could find that brush similar to the one I used to use. And I couldn't. So I went to a manufacturer and I said, I want to make these brushes. And it was so much fun, you know, being able to choose every hair and every cut and the color. I don't know if people can see, but they're navy, they're not black. And
Oh, they're beautiful. Oh, they're so nice.
so I had so much fun and designing the case.
So I feel like I went with this one too far up. Like I flipped it
No,
up.
no, I
Whereas
like it.
this one, you like
I
it up more.
prefer
So
it up.
should I put this one up more?
Yes, I definitely prefer it up.
Okay.
Because I'll tell you why. The up goes more with the angle of your face. There you go. You
Okay.
want to keep it up. You
Is that
don't.
better?
Yes, that's what I was trying to tell you before. I thought that the your right one was a little too out and not along the same angle as the cheek. Now it goes with the same angle.
So that now it goes. Okay, I get it now.
Now with the brush that is called detail eyeshadow brush. This brush
Okay.
is hard enough so that you can get really good control, and it was designed thin enough where you can even blend underneath if you want. But what I generally do with this is I take a lighter color than the powder. Like for you, I would use like a tan or a beige,
I have a
and
beige.
okay, and
I
then I
have
would
two different beiges. Is that too dark?
let's go with the one on the left that is
This
the
one?
pinkier, no, the pinkier one on the other side of the palette.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, I
Okay.
like so just a little bit there. Now watch me first
Okay.
because we're going to place a little bit of shadow on the outside corner just to emphasize the eye. And the key is that we're going to go in the same parallel shape. Most people go across and just fill
Yeah,
in.
that's what I do.
Right, but I want you to see the difference when you go just sort of like it's sort of like an upside down triangle because it really lifts the eye. And for you, if you go to the crease and a little bit pushing this for people with deep set eyes, you kind of want to push the crease back like when you were a little girl and you learned how to draw, the
Yeah.
dark colors would, it would make things look further away. So you're going to push this back, and then we go back with the vanilla and blend it. So you put on and then you blend. You put on
So
and
I'm
then you
doing it here and here, kind of, right?
yeah, but you do not want to go further than here.
Okay.
You want to go on the crease,
Okay.
pushing it back, keeping it the same shape as the crease, and then you're going to bring it up and out on the outside corner.
Should I start on this outside corner first, like you did, and then we're
Yeah,
gonna? Okay, here we go. Oh Jesus!
perfect. Really nice. Now, a little bit higher,
So how far? Tell me when to stop.
not in, but higher. Yeah, a little bit more because you really want to push that back. Nice. Let me see. Look at me for a second. Wait, look at me straight. I don't know if you could. Yeah. See, do you see the difference between your eyes? How it's giving you more of a, it's making you,
Even that little bit raises it up. How is that possible?
yeah, it's all an illusion. And that's what makeup does. Now, if you can see it too much, take the large brush with the light color
Okay.
and you're going to go over the edges like this.
With the
And that,
white, with the light,
and that's how you blend it. It's just by kind of going over the edge of it. Don't be
like that.
afraid to like blend it with this big brush because you want it to look like not that note like blended. So it's just going over the edges of it. Yeah. I mean you're good with the application so you don't have to blend it that much.
So I made it darker.
Yeah, I love it. Now, if you want it more dramatic, I wouldn't make it darker too much in the crease, but you could take a darker color from your palette. Let me see your palette.
It's just
Okay, let's go with the bottom right is what you did as eyeliner. Okay, let's go
yeah.
with the
That's what
bottom.
I did as eyeliner. So
Okay,
do
let's
this
go.
one.
Or you can use the eyeliner one and just
Let's do
dot
it.
it
Let's get
a little
crazy.
bit.
Oh God.
And we're just gonna, the very outside corner, you're just gonna darken a little bit. The more dramatic you want your eyes, the darker the outside corner is.
Just that triangle part.
Just a little, see here? I'm gonna show you how,
Yes.
just that little triangle.
Oh God. Okay.
Good job. Not too dark, not too much. You look very good in dramatic makeup. Yes. Take your finger and I want to make sure you go like this.
Wait. Do it again. Like
Yeah.
that.
Make sure this is all clean here. Yeah.
Oh, I see. You see the little powder here?
That's okay. We're gonna deal with
Okay.
that.
Just
That's
leave
why
it. Don't touch it.
I do highlighting and powdering at the end. We did it in the beginning. Um, but we're gonna put some concealer there.
All right. So we're gonna fill that triangle in. Oh God.
Okay.
Now I gotta do the other one.
Now you got to do no. Now you have to take the vanilla, the light color. I want you to
The light color. Okay.
just blend it a drop. It's hard for me to see.
I know. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. So go with the light color first in the crease. I just think makeup is just, there's just so much you can do. Like when you apply just an eighth of an inch further, it makes your eyes look bigger by putting a little bit of tanner, darker shadow. It gives the illusion that your eyes are coming out more.
Right. It didn't take much either. It was like a line.
Yeah. Are you using the right brush?
It's that one, right?
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Could you try doing the crease a tiny little bit higher towards the
Yes.
ball? Use
Right
the brush,
there.
yeah, use the brush flat like this, Rachel. Look, flat.
Like this.
Yes. Yeah, I like that better.
My eyes aren't the same. It's so weird. This one always looks better than this one.
Everybody's is like that.
Is that
I
okay?
would
Do I
take
have to bring it in more?
no, I would take the vanilla and just blend the edges really, really
Okay.
well. Really like this, really almost, go under the crease, go on the lid, just blend it all together.
Does that look better?
Yes,
Okay. Now we got to do the darker one, right?
just a little
The
bit.
drama. The drama. Oh, God. Okay. All right. Is that okay?
Oh, I like that. Really nice.
See, I
Really.
can't ever do them the same. It's the weirdest thing. Every time, it'll always come out
It,
different.
it's hard to see on video, but they look good. My only thing is just you gotta. I think the right one. You just need to take a little bit of the light color and just keep blending it. I can see the change. Yeah, just a little over it, over the edges, a little bit more. That's how we blend back and forth, light and dark, layering. Because you never want to see where one color kind of starts and finishes. You want it to kind of look like it flows. And this big brush really helps. Really good. I like that. Now, if you were going somewhere dressy or you wanted to be a little bit more dramatic, you could use like a highlighted light color just a little bit under the brow and maybe a little bit in the corner, like a
I was
pearl
going
up.
to ask you about the corner. So I do
Yeah,
have a pearlized white, and I'm going to use it. Which brush should I use for it?
use the big brush.
Use the big one? Okay, let me just.
This is your all over shadow. I use this for all the light colors. This is
Okay.
for blending darker colors and more detailed kind of work.
Okay. So if I do in the corner,
Just a little
just like
bit.
that.
Yes. Blend it into, yeah.
And then
You
do
could
I pull it over?
You could pull it over if you want or if you don't want. Just, yeah, I would pull it over if you really want to look more, um, if it's evening or you want to look a little more. Yes. And yes.
Is
Perfect.
it bad that it came down here a little bit?
No, we're going to
You
clean it
see?
up.
Okay.
That's why I have a concealer brush in the kit. Nice. Let's do the other eye. I like that. That's a pretty color.
It is pretty. I feel like that. I went too far.
No, that's perfect.
How's
You feel like,
that?
oh, I like it. I like the shiny lid.
I do too.
I think that's really, really nice. You
I
could put,
think it brightens the face.
yeah, I really like it. And we don't even have mascara on yet, so mascara is really
Oh
simple.
God, that's a whole other monster.
Why?
I think I have a tendency when I first take the wand out, like you have to clean it off a little bit. Can't have all the chunks on it, right? So It's just a matter of getting enough on the wand, but not too much that I always have the issue with. Like, where's the right spot?
So are you ready to go towards mascara?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. What I want you to do is I want you to take that little spool. Do you curl your eyelashes?
I I really don't. Is
Okay.
that bad? I
Well,
have nice eyelashes, so
usually if you curl them, they kind of bend up and open your eye more.
do you curl them first before you put
Yes.
the Okay, so I
And
do have it. Let's do it.
okay. And before I curl them and before I put mascara on, this is another trick that I like to give away. Taking the spoolie and separating the eyelashes first before you put
Okay.
the mascara on and before you curl your eyelashes.
Okay, let's do that
I
then.
know all of these things seem like they take a little bit of extra time, but in the end, it's really saving you time because the application goes on so seamlessly.
All right. I'm separating the lashes.
Perfect.
Okay. And now I've got the thingy. The technical term. The eyelash curler.
Eyelash curler. If
Is
you
it supposed to go this way, right?
Yes, if you
Okay.
knew how many eyelash curlers I have in my possession, because I have to try them all because I am always in search for the best eyelash curler. And I just discovered this new one called the C Curl. And what's
Okay.
different about it, it has this plastic piece here, so it really like kind of curls. It just easily, it just really just curls. Now, you really should not use an eyelash curler after you use mascara because there is
Okay.
much more chance of breaking the eyelashes and pulling them out. I know with the mascara that I use, it's very soft and flexible, so I will do it because mine are so straight and I love them curled because then they're really opened up. So go for it.
Oh God, here we go. Just try to get as close to the end or the
Uh huh.
follicle, like where they grow out.
Yes. Perfect.
How often do you change that little plastic piece that's in there, that rubber piece?
When you see that it's kind of too far
Yucky.
down, yeah. Is that a Maybelline?
Yes. No, no, it's actually not. Hold on. I need my glasses.
There's so many brands that are good.
It's probably whatever was cheapest on Amazon.
I like the red one. You could see I haven't cleaned this is my personal one. Um,
It's Wet and Wild.
oh no,
Shocker.
yeah. I also really love the gold Revlon one because it's wider and
Okay.
reasonably priced. It's sold at drugstores, but I feel like this one I need a new rubber. It covers the whole eye area.
Would you use the spoolie again after you
Sometimes
did
I do.
that?
If they feel like they're a little um, tangled. Now, for me, the trick with mascara is I like to layer my mascaras. I like to use a very soft, flexible, natural looking mascara first, and then I apply a heavier mascara to give it more thickness and length. But I find that building it is what's really important. So the only way I could do that is with using different types of mascaras.
What brands do you use? Can you tell me which two
I
that you have?
sell I sell mascara, so that's my
Okay.
label brand. One is just called Sensitive, and the other is called Clean. The Sensitive is hypoallergenic. It has this really thick brush, and it really is just very, very light. And I will send you one. The other one is
Can people buy it from you though, or no? It's just for okay. So
yes,
people can reach out to you and be like, I want the mascara.
yes, and the other one is
Okay.
Clean, and this really creates a lot of volume and thickness after I use the Sensitive, which is a lighter, fresher mascara. Maybe another day you could tape me doing my makeup and you could see how I start.
If we can make New York City work, what are you doing this weekend?
I'm around.
Maybe we'll do it. All right, so I'm literally using CoverGirl Lash Plumping Mascara. I don't think with these, like the ones that are lash plumpers, don't they sort of leave? I don't know that you can do another mascara over that, right? Like, aren't there certain ones also that almost like put tubes on your?
Yeah, but that's not a tubular That's not.
Okay, so this should be okay. To
Can I see the
okay,
brush?
yeah, ready? Oh God, here we go. So when I pull it out, I always. So that's what the brush looks like.
Oh, nice.
But then, are you supposed to wipe it off?
Yeah, depending on the brand, some of them have to be wiped off more than others. I don't wipe it off too much,
Okay.
but yeah, I mean that looks like it's pretty ready to use. So go ahead.
Oh God. Am I okay? Next question. See where the curve is?
You got it.
Am I using that curve or am I using
Yes,
the opposite way where it bumps up?
you're going to use the curve.
Okay. Oh
And
Jesus. Do you start at the end and work your way in or do you start in and work your way out?
it's such a personal thing. I usually start in the center and work my way out. And by the
Okay.
time I get to the out, I'm using the tip. I use the tip a lot because I find that's what's applying too much. Is try using the little tip.
Here, like that on the end.
I use the tip on almost the whole thing. I never use the whole length of the mascara.
I thought that was why like they make these special brushes though.
They do,
Was so that it was like
but the way my technique is that I like to use little bits and build on everything that I do. So by using the tip, it's not till I get it almost all on that I use the rest of the brush to kind of wipe it. And then while you're doing the mascara, if you find that you're getting clumps, pick up the spoolie and
okay.
in between just untangle.
Is
And
there a time period for it? Because I find like if I wait too long and it dries too much, then it's hard, like hairspray.
right. So as you're doing it, you want to untangle.
Oh my God, this spoolie is so good.
I know it's really tight and just the right firmness to really,
Look at my eyelashes.
yeah.
Holy cow. That completely changed the mascara.
I really like you in eyeshadow, Rachel. It looks, and it's going to look so great under your eyeglasses. And I
I
love
think so
that
too.
shimmer on your eye too. And we did a lot. You don't need to do as much as we did, just a little bit of drama
Do
on.
I do another layer or do you think it's okay?
Yes, I would do another layer. I do the bottoms. A
Oh
lot
God, I never do the
Yeah,
bottoms. It
a lot of
scares me.
people don't want to do the bottoms because they feel like it gets on the face.
It always does.
So,
Like I look like a crazy person.
no, don't do the bottom if you don't want to do the bottom. Oh,
No,
you
I'm
do
going
the
to do the
top.
top again. But we're just using the tip. That is so different. That makes such a difference. I don't know why I never thought use the tip and use less. Why just like
Layer.
let's chunk it on.
Yeah, well, because people want to get it done, and haste makes waste. Sometimes you think you're saving time, but if you have a little more patience. I mean, I love my personal makeup time. I find it very meditative, and it's a time
Oh,
where I
I love it.
really relax.
I've been trying to go live while I do my makeup because I can talk and do it at the same time.
And you
It's
do
easy.
such a great job. I love watching you do it. You have a wonderful hand. And it inspires me because just I remember very much watching you do your foundation and saying, wow, that looks really good. And she just has this formula that works for her. And
It took a while though to find the right foundation. I got sucked into it was a few months ago. I'm not going to name the brand, but they obviously hired a ton of influencers to use it. And so it got me to buy it. It was $60 and
wow,
it looked horrible. It set into every single line. So I sent them an email like I thought literally this was supposed to be made for aging skin or skin with lines.
right.
And they said, yeah. And I was like, but it's not. Like, it's not. Like, can I return it? They let me return it, which was nice. But I was shocked. I was like, this looks horrible. Even my husband was like, why does your face look like that? I was I made a mistake.
Yeah, it is. It's
So
every formula is so different, and
it was
and
crazy.
there's so many things to consider. It's the formula, and it's the color, and it's the texture. The formula is sometimes water-based, oil-based, matte, shiny. You have to decide before picking a product what it is that you want to get. And sometimes I'll find, especially when I'm working for other people and I'm shopping for a foundation for them, sometimes I'll find a texture I really like for, let's say, an older skin, but I can't find the right color for that person and I won't buy the brand. So it's not as easy as people think.
All right, oh god, I'm so terrible at this other side of my
You're
face.
doing just fine. You're doing a great job. You look amazing.
What do you do when you mess up and you get mascara everywhere?
You take a little sponge or a Q-tip.
Like a Q-tip?
Andrea Q's. They're like Q-tips with makeup remover on them. I have that on my counter when I'm working. So it already has a little bit of makeup remover, and it's a Q-tip. I got those.
It's Andrea Q's.
Yeah, I got them on Amazon. Or you just take a Q-tip and shouldn't tell people, but use it, drop a saliva.
Lick it and get it off.
But
All
if
right, so I
you use,
messed
if
up.
you use a little
You
bit of
can see where I got too much in there.
okay, but do you have concealer?
Yes.
Okay, let's talk concealer a little bit before we finish up.
I'm not married to it.
Okay.
It
Talk about
was
a lot
um
of choices out there. Wow.
oh my gosh, I know. It's crazy. All right, so now it's too much in that little chunk right there.
Too much what?
There I got mascara on here by
Oh,
accident.
absolutely. Oh, on the
On the lower, yeah. It's not supposed to be there.
okay, so we could either use a Q-tip or a tissue
All right, let me grab a tissue.
or we can even use our I'm going to show you with the concealer brush. So concealer is, oh, if you think there's a lot of choices with foundation, there are so many concealers out there, and I am in constant search for the best concealer, especially because I do sell cosmetics. I always like to find the best product that I can recommend. Right now, I have two different kinds. I have a cream in a stick, which I really like. It's more of a cream, and then I have this new one, which I use as well, depending on my mood, which is more of a liquid. And they
Okay,
both,
that's what I've got, the liquid. But
okay.
I'm not the brand is from that company that I didn't like, but I
Okay.
kept the concealer. I know.
I
We
think
just won't show it.
I recognize the brand, but we'll talk.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so let's get out your concealer stick. I
Okay.
mean your concealer brush.
From yours?
Yes,
Is that this one?
yes, says
Okay.
concealer on it.
I don't have my glasses on. I
Okay,
can't see.
so
Okay, hold on.
now I will usually apply this before my foundation. Then I apply my foundation. After I do my eyes, I put a little concealer back on again.
Okay.
So it's great for cleaning up any kind of mess, and it's great for really making the eyes lifted and perfectly up. So just take the brush, and you want to keep very tight to the line. You see how that immediately picks my eye up?
Did you put a lot on or not a lot?
Very little.
Will it help? See, I got some powder here,
Yes.
like down here. Okay. Show me where you started again.
I started on the inside, and this dark inside corner is most important. You always want to get that inside corner and as tight to the lash that you can. So it really kind of really makes the eye look lifted
How far out did you go?
all the way out. But concentrate more where you want the concealer under the eye.
I just gotta get rid of that.
Yeah. Does that
There
work?
we go. Yeah, it totally worked. It came right off.
And then like this, you want to make sure you get clean it up all the way. Sometimes
Okay, do you
after
see
you,
with that brand, like how it went into my, like, you can't really see it, the lines under my eye?
huh?
Isn't that crazy?
Take your finger and kind of smooth it out. I'm going to send you one too.
I love it. I'm like, oh my God, that is so weird.
But you see how when I get to the end and I go like this, it just like really, you want it
So is it another contour kind of?
kind of, but over that I'll put powder and then the illuminator. So you usually just use, now if you're comfortable using the applicator first and then using this just to tighten it up, but tightening it up is really important. Sometimes I use my finger and I just use the brush to kind of tighten it up. Yeah, but
So actually pulling it out,
yes,
like perfectly right where that eyeshadow ended.
yeah.
Look how different that looks. Wow, that's really cool.
And then after we do that, which we did already, but I'm going to show you again, take the powder, set the concealer a little bit, and then we're going to take the illuminator and put it over the concealer. We did the illuminator before, but you just want to reapply it because you probably took it off. You could do that.
I'll do the powder with that brush.
No, powder
No,
brush.
that's blush. That's blush. Powder brush.
Yes.
No,
Good job.
I love it. I'm going over that.
Let me show you. Like, there you go. That's a good. That's all. Perfect.
All right, now I gotta do the other side. The dreaded other side.
Isn't this
All right.
fun? I just
It is
love
fun.
playing with makeup. I like to play.
All right, let's see. And then we're going to go out.
Uh-huh.
I hate this
Really
concealer.
lifts it
It's like ruining everything right now.
up. Returned it. Well, you know
I
what?
know.
Hey, you know what we could do? Let's get, instead of using your concealer, we use a little bit of foundation. Does the same thing.
Yeah, I think we need to do that.
Just take a little bit with your finger, put it there, the
Let me just get
foundation.
rid of this.
You feel it's just too heavy? It's too,
It's too heavy. It like sets right in the lines. Does that make sense? Well,
yes.
I didn't know that it would nothing. You know what I mean? You don't know until you get something different, and then you're like, "Oh
Yes.
my gosh, that looks terrible."
It's too heavy.
I might try Fenty Beauty foundation,
Okay.
different from Mario.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. It's a little bit lighter, I think. Would that be a good concealer? Oh
Just
god,
take a
do it with
little
my
bit.
finger though, not the brush.
Well, do it with your finger first, and then you can use the brush to get in tight.
Okay,
Just a little bit.
let's see.
Yep. Very nice. The brush is just very good to blend and get close to the eye, the lash line, which is hard to do sometimes and gets into. If you had the proper concealer, sometimes I go along, fill in here, kind of makes everything smoother with the concealer brush. If I have any blemishes to cover, it's a great brush that can really place product exactly where you want it in little bits at a time. So that's why I put this brush in the kit.
Yeah, the foundation was way better.
Yeah,
Way, way better.
that looks
That
great.
was terrible the other way.
Well, I always find when I do lessons, we put on much more makeup than we ever would because we're playing and we're trying. And yeah, nice.
How does that look?
Just put a little illuminator over it
Okay, hold on.
since we probably took it off, right?
So that stick right here a little bit.
Yeah, I
Is that
see
what
it.
you mean?
Yeah, I still see it on that side.
This side is not as much. Right
A
here.
little higher. One finger.
So like here.
Yep. On the one finger area. Yep. On this one finger area. Not on the bone. On the one finger.
So right above it. Okay.
Exactly.
My lighting
Per-
is weird. I think that's why it's not catching it.
No, I can see it.
Look how good that looks.
Yeah, I love it. Very nice. Should we move to the lips?
Oh God.
Well, your
So
lips are perfect. I love the way you
thank
look.
God for lip injections.
And you look so beautiful. Not everybody can wear a dark lip. And I know I've seen you on video wearing beautiful color lips. It really suits you, and with your skin coloring, and your lips are gorgeous. Whoever did fill them just a
She did a
little,
great job.
a little bit, just fabulous. So,
Yeah, they say that a thin upper lip makes you look untrustworthy. And I was like, well, if I have to market to people using my like personality and face, I can't look untrustworthy.
right.
So she just pulled them up a
Hmm.
little bit and then fill this out. And I was like, oh my
Yeah,
God, that's perfect.
no, they look great. Do you use a lip pencil?
I do have a lip pencil. It's
Hmm.
the cutest thing. Do you remember those pens
Yes,
back in school?
I
So
love
it
that.
has an eyeliner, a lip liner, and a bunch of other stuff. So I just keep this all the time
I love that.
because it matches that like so what I have today, I don't have the red. I just have this like natural
Okay. What I love,
color.
for me, I use a very natural looking, almost the color of my own lips. I have a kind of a permanent kind of lipstick on. I mean, a stay lipstick on, so it's going to be hard for you to see. But nobody's lips are symmetrical, so a lip pencil is a great tool to make your lips more symmetrical. You can go up just the slightest bit, even if you can. This side of my lip is always needs to be this side needs to be brought out. Then this side, they're never nobody's ever symmetrical. So
Are you starting from the outer edge?
I usually start from the center and then I go up and out.
Now, if people can't afford lip filler, isn't it true that you can cheat it with the lip liner a
Yeah,
little bit?
just a slight bit. And then after I put the lip liner on, usually I'll take my finger and I'll just blend it a little. And the lip liner really helps make them look a little fuller. And wherever they are not symmetrical, I always bring it just a little bit outside.
Oh God. See, this is where it gets me. The little tents. What are they called? The points. The points.
Yes. Why? You have a hard time.
Because I think I start too far out to begin with,
Mhm.
and then I have a hard time with it. So I
I,
feel like I should start closer to the line more.
I usually start in the center and I go like
Okay.
this. I usually,
Okay.
and then I take it from that to the out. There you go.
That worked better.
Yeah. And like I said, I usually take my finger afterwards and kind of smooth it out, blend it, especially if you want to use a lighter color because you don't really want to see, you want it like eyeshadow, you want it to just kind of be invisible, you just want it to blend.
Somehow I got mascara everywhere. Shocker. I'm like a child. Okay. So when you're taking your finger, are you just like tapping and pulling a
Yeah,
little bit?
just to kind of smooth it out so you don't see a line.
Okay.
And it's nice because then the edges are a little darker and it just really makes the lips pop.
I'm going to do that line on the side a little bit more with my handy pencil or my pen.
And I saw that online. It's a great idea.
I keep it in my purse. It's
Yeah.
perfect. So I don't have to take everything. All right, let's see. Okay.
Nice. Perfect. Yeah, really nice.
I love your smile. You're so cute.
No, it's really nice. And it's so amazing how you look good with like natural lips. You look good with a dark lip. What was the gloss you were going to use? You use gloss mostly?
It's yes. Oh God, I can't see anything. Hold on. I love being blind.
Oh, I know. It's
Ugh. It is Lip Last
oh,
by Shine. I have no idea. So
oh,
like,
it's one of
it
the
actually
last
goes
ones.
on matte. I think it goes on
Oh,
matte.
yes, that's what I have on. Is a lip stay. Yeah,
So it's gonna go on totally matte and look very natural.
right.
Let's.
You
All
could
right,
put,
where do I start for this? Since I
well,
obviously start in the wrong places every time.
well, for me, I usually start, I guess, here. No, I usually start in the outside corners. Yeah, when I put something like that on. Yeah,
Okay, how far to the lip liner am I going? Am I going over it at all?
it's over it.
Okay, here we go.
Or right to it. Yeah.
Uh,
Nice. Now, in the brush kit, I included a lip brush
okay.
because now there are so many different formulas that have so many great applications. Like something like this, you would never use a lip brush. But it's funny because the biggest question I get is, what is this for? And they don't know that you open it and put the end into the top and voila, there's a brush. But it does give you the precise placement when you're using a dark color. It's really nice to have a brush if you're using. Um, I'll show you. Like,
Oh my God, it's just a little tiny little
no, pull
like
that
it's
apart.
supposed to pop out. Okay,
Put that in the end. No, put the little white ball in the cap.
in the cap.
Yeah, push down.
Oh my God. Apparently, I need instructions with your
So
brush.
here's a dark color, which I don't generally use because on me, I think I don't look so good. But I just take the brush
Okay.
and put a little bit of lipstick on. But when using a dark color, it really helps me to get the placement exactly where I need it. And when you use a brush, it really helps get the product to be more into the lips and help it stay longer. So when I'm applying lipstick on someone, I like to use a lip brush and it makes the lipstick last, at least for the first application.
So don't use the actual stick, use the lip brush. And then why do people do like the where they like tap their lips together? Is that bad?
Uh,
Like that.
like that. It
Yeah.
cleanses it, but if you're really particular about the shape, especially like if you want a very precise shape, sometimes that on certain lips are gonna
Yeah,
mess
it
up.
totally ruins the little tents.
Yeah,
Are they called something? The peaks? My peaks?
I have no
My lip
idea.
peaks.
So I wish. See, you look really good in this color, but I don't. It just makes the lipstick very. Now, there are a lot of staying lipsticks on the market and different formulas where people aren't using lipsticks as much, but there's such a great variety of textures and colors in a lipstick. I still love a lipstick. That's why I put the lip brush in. It's just an extra tool to have.
It's perfect. I think that for me with the lip like the lipstick color, like you have to get it right because you can't
Right,
really just take it off if you mess it up.
right.
So
Another good trick uh, for lipstick is uh, sometimes you can blot it, put a little powder on it, and then put another layer of lipstick on, and that will make it really stay too. That's a very old-fashioned trick, but it still works. I love that lipstick on you. It looks great.
I feel like for every day, like we're just going out, it's perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know why, like I'm not, when I was younger, like my daughter would tell you she loves a gloss,
Uh-huh.
but I also think it's because I don't let her wear lipstick, so she doesn't have a choice. Um, so theoretically, there's no other option. Um, but yeah, I love it.
You look beautiful. A little more
Ducks,
powder
a
because
little.
we're that's lights.
We're getting greasy again.
I mean, it's so crazy. I sometimes when I'm doing video calls and Zooms, I can just layer this powder.
Do we need sponges for anything?
Um, a sponge is going to give you a much heavier application than this very light brush. If you feel like you're not getting enough product, you can use, a little bit. But again, you don't want to get too cakey. But if you're doing a long Zoom or a video call or something and you're afraid, you could use a little bit on the sponge. And it's good just to have the sponge on the go.
This powder is so nice and light.
I know it's really
I
hard
love
to find a
it.
good powder.
Oh my God. Honestly, your tools made this so much easier. I think that I fight myself all the time when doing makeup. As much as I love it, I hate it at the same time because I just didn't have the right tools.
I
So
think
if people, go ahead.
I think the tools really make a difference too. Um, it's like, you can't screw in uh, a Phillips screw with a straight screwdriver. I'm putting my brushes in my case too.
How often are we supposed to wash the brushes?
On my personal brushes, I don't wash that often, like
Okay.
once a month, every couple of months. Is But if you're using and I tend to use the same colors on myself every day, so my brushes don't get that dirty.
Right.
When I do a client, I wash the brushes, every single day. But on my personal brushes, I could go a couple of months.
What are we washing them in? Like, what do we wash them with?
A little bit of hand soap
Okay.
in the palm of my hand. And the most important thing is you want to get all the way down, the same way you would do a paintbrush, into this is called the ferrule, all the way down. So you literally go like this with soap in your palm and rinse it out, put them back in place on a paper towel, and let them dry overnight.
And it won't ruin the shape.
No.
Okay.
Back. Like for the powder brush, you just put it back into shape. The powder and blush brush I wash much more often because I tend to feel that they get dirtier than the eye brushes. But I mean, I don't know. I always use the same colors so they don't really tend to get, but you don't want bacteria from the air to get on them.
Right.
So you
Well,
should
and my greasy face, my greasy Italian
at least
face.
once a month. I mean, maybe I should say once a week. I don't know. I just don't, my personal brushes, I just don't wash them.
Right. Well, you're also not overdoing it with the makeup either. You're not putting too much on the brushes to begin with. So if people want to buy
They can.
this amazing kit of fabulous tools,
Thank you, Rachel. They can contact me on my website, LoriKleinCosmetics.com.
and the powder is there too, right?
I don't think the powder is up yet, but all they have to do is
Okay.
contact me and I'll send them what they need. They can call me.
What is up is the white eyeshadow, that white highlighter. So I did see that too.
Yes.
Oh my God. I love you so much.
I love you more.